Good morning, everyone. So, for today's topic, long-term financing, I am going to talk about common stock. Every company at some point needs to raise money. Now, they can either borrow it from somebody or they can sell part of the company, which is called issuing stock. Now, those investors who are interested in buying the company's stock will invest their money, and then the company will then use their money to operate their activities and then act in their interest. So, for today, we are going to focus on moving on to the definition of common stock is actually a security that represents ownership in a corporation, and it is definitely not a loan to the company. And it also does not have a maturity date, therefore the buyer of the stock can actually hold the stock as long as they want until they decide to sell it. Okay, so now what happens if a shareholder wants to sell their stock? Well, if a shareholder wants to sell but they cannot find any buyer, they can actually seek help from the stockbroker, and then the stockbroker can find buyers for you. However, there is no way on the stock certificate is indicated what the stock is worth and what the price was paid to acquire it. It actually depends on the markets of buyers and sellers. Upon buying the share, the company actually issues a certificate of ownership interest to the stockholder. It can either be known as stock certificate, capital stock, or just stock. What happens if the shareholders exercise their control through the ownership? Now, the obvious effect would come from the voting rights. From the voting rights, the shareholder can actually elect, appoint, and remove anyone in the board of directors. Now, the board of directors will actually act in the interest of shareholders to promise their profit. If a company A is doing a really good job in generating profit, then it will also give a huge return to the shareholders. Therefore, not only the shareholders will be happy, but also the stock price will increase. Now, this will be beneficial to the company performance. But what will happen if the company is not doing well? How bad will it affect the shareholders? If the company is doing a really bad job that leads to bankruptcy and they have to sell off their assets, the money from liquidation actually goes to bondholder and then goes to preferred shareholders, and the last one will be go to the debt holders. And the last proportion of money will finally goes to common shareholder. That is the reason why common stock is riskier than debt or preferred shares. However, do not be afraid, because the greater risk comes the greater potential for reward. Therefore, stocks should always be considered as an important part of any investor portfolio, because in the long term, it will outperform other stocks. Okay, now let's choose an example from Malaysian's company. The company that I have chosen today is actually named GDB Holdings Berhad. It is an investment holdings company, and its vision is to be reputable among players in the Malaysian construction industry. Now, GDB Holdings Berhad actually has a subsidiary named Grand Dynamic Builders Sdn Berhad, and it is a building construction firm started in May 2013. The reason why I have chosen GBC Holdings Berhad is because they have recently issued new shares. Now, you can go to this link to get more information on the shares that they have issued. So, GBC actually have issued 125 million new ordinary shares in the following manner. Now, every shares that they have issued was actually offered at the price of 35 cents per share. The reason why GDB issues those amount of shares is because they want to increase the capital model. Now, the money that they get from the share issuance will be allocated to fund future expansion and to purchase new machinery and equipment. So, out of the total collected money from the stock issuance, GDB has allocated 24.67 million for their capital expenditure. Now, it is for their new office, new plants and machinery, and also for their land purchase. The remaining amount is for working capital and other expenses. So, we have learned about GDP stock. What happens to the stock price now? Actually, GDP's recent stock price has decreased from its selling amount, which is 0.35. Now the value is 0.29. However, it is still too early for us to evaluate GDP's performance, as I am sure that it will increase in the future. That is all from me today. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.